Good morning. So, last night, I went to sleep early. I watched some of the election, and I had high hopes, just like many of you did, that Hillary Clinton would pull it off, would preserve the legacy of our beloved Barack Obama. Did not happen. I woke up this morning at 4:30. Went and turned on the TV, started getting my stuff together so I can run this morning, and plastered on the television, President-elect Trump. And I thought, wow. So I started thinking, how did this man become the nominee, number one? He knocked out, established governors, people who have been in politics for a long time. He knocked them out the box, okay? He became the nominee. He created a movement. How did this movement start? Where did it come from? How do we go from Barack Obama, who is the epitome of class and intelligence, to Donald Trump? So it didn't matter how much money was spent, because Hillary Clinton spent more money than Obama and Donald Trump. It did not matter what the polls said. The polls were not clear. No, they were clear, but they were not true. During the 2008 presidential election, during that night, I followed it. I had the newspaper from the day before, and I'm watching the electoral map from the day before, and in 2008, it turned out almost exactly like it. So what's happening right now is posters are ripping up the models, right? You can't go by exit polls anymore. You can't go by polls anymore, right? Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, have changed the game, basically. Well, the game was changed, and it allowed him to come in and exploit the weaknesses and the anger that have existed from the bigotry repeatedly and the obstructionist members of Congress towards Barack Obama. So this is the backlash, and this is what happens, right? It was sad, but now we got to pick ourselves up, and we cannot become the same as those who were so angry and bitter and hated Obama when he was elected, to now want to pick this man apart and become more divided, right? If you thought it was wrong for people to talk about this man's wife, Michelle Obama, talk about his kids, talk about the fact that he was not born from here, and to try to rip this man and pick this man to pieces, if you thought that was wrong, then you can't do Trump that way, because that makes you no better than him. Right now, he's your president-elect, so you can be optimistic. Now, Trump has a very hard job ahead of him. A lot of the things that he has proposed are unconstitutional, and a lot of people voted for him for the things that he have proposed. He don't have a reason not to get anything done, right? He has a Republican Congress, House of Representatives. He have the House, he have the Senate, right? So, will the wall get built? Will jobs come back quickly? Will ISIS be knocked out quickly? All these questions hang in the balance of whether or not he's going to be a successful president. It will not be because Congress obstructed. It will be because either they were unconstitutional or he really didn't mean it. Will you repeal and replace Obamacare? Or did you just say the things that were politically expedient to get elected, like Hillary Clinton and other politicians do? So, our team lost. Sometimes you win, Sometimes you lose, but you got to pick back up, man. And you got to fight hard. You got to do what you have to do for you. Period. And you got to educate yourself. Be informed. And that's the bottom line. No hate. No hate. I don't want to hear a word about assassination. At the end of the day, Hillary Clinton was the wrong candidate. You know, one could argue that Bernie Sanders would have done a lot better had he won the you know, but he didn't win. He didn't win the primaries. He was not the candidate. One could argue that Joe Biden would have done better. He didn't run. He had too much going on. One would argue that Obama would have had a third term had he been able to run again. Unfortunately, he couldn't do that. Okay? So Trump was the best that the Republicans had to offer at this moment in our history. And Clinton was the best that the Democrats had to offer at this stage of American history. And these are the results. I can't wait to see what the next 4 years is going to look like.